Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Patrick Queen goes viral for roasting Ravens at Pro Bowl. Few, if any, rivalries are more intense than the Pittsburgh Steelers and Baltimore Ravens. Between the mystique of AFC North football, the physical nature of both teams, and the stars that line both sidelines, the show rarely disappoints, nor does it take any days off. That includes the Pro Bowl, where representatives from Pittsburgh and Baltimore showed out for fans throughout the festivities. At one point, Steelers linebacker Patrick Queen went viral for roasting the Ravens at the Pro Bowl. Interviewed by Baltimore Ravens corner Marlon Humphrey, Queen was asked about playing on his side of the rivalry. "What's the best part of being a Pittsburgh Steeler?" "Beating y'all," Queen replied. Queen signed a 3-year, $41 million deal with Pittsburgh in free agency. The 4 prior seasons, though, were spent in Baltimore. Queen found moderate success in his first year across enemy lines, setting a career high in passes defended while forcing 2 fumbles, 6 tackles for loss, and 129 tackles. He was a quality addition to the middle of Pittsburgh's defense and added stability to a linebacker core that needed an injection of talent. He also got to feel what it's like to beat the Ravens at their best. In Week 11, the Steelers beat their rival 18-16 in a game that seemed to epitomize AFC North football. The win helped Pittsburgh advance to 8-2, but the wheels soon fell off the bus. Baltimore won the rematch, which ultimately set up a rubber match in the AFC wild card round. Humphrey and the Ravens got the last laugh, picking apart Pittsburgh on the way to an easy 28-14 win. Queen will hope to return to his winning ways and the Pro Bowl in 2025. Ryan Clark reveals must-sign for Steelers QB situation. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a choice to make under center. Both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields saw extensive playing time in 2024, and both exceeded expectations. However, neither was good enough to get Pittsburgh through the first-round ceiling that hangs around the franchise like a cloud, just threatening enough to ruin a summer day's plans. The Steelers could make a drastic pivot with some move out of left field, but the most likely option remains bringing back one of Wilson or Fields. As such, former Pittsburgh safety Ryan Clark revealed which quarterback the Steelers must sign in free agency. "I think they should re-sign Justin Fields," Clark said on NFL Live. "Here is why. I think you figure out, can he be the guy for the future? And if he bombs, at least, you can go high in the draft and get you somebody good, somebody that could play. There's nobody on the market that you're going to be able to get that's going to come in there and outplay Justin Fields. Justin Fields is someone Arthur Smith is familiar with," Clark said. "If you hit the top of his potential, you have your guy. And if you can't do some of those things that you wanted to do, that you replaced him with Russell Wilson to do, then you're not good enough anyway, and you go get a quarterback in the draft, but I don't believe you bring Russell back to be good enough again." If Pittsburgh isn't going to willingly blow it up, a Fields implosion might do it for the front office. That's not exactly an exciting approach to signing a quarterback, but if it navigates the Steelers out of quarterback purgatory, it might be the best path forward. That's a reality the team must reckon with, especially if it feels he is a similar talent to the quarterback that sent him to the sideline. Fields threw for 1,106 yards, 5 touchdowns, and an interception, offering career-best marks in several metrics before his benching after a 4-2 start. What might be more telling is Pittsburgh's unwillingness to turn to Fields when Wilson struggled down the stretch. Continuity and a brief injury offer plausible excuses, but the Steelers chose Wilson when it mattered most. What's stopping them from doing the same in the offseason? Steelers fans are all saying same thing about Russell Wilson's Pro Bowl announcement. Pittsburgh Steelers fans aren't impressed with quarterback Russell Wilson's 10th Pro Bowl appearance. In this story, for almost 2 months, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Russell Wilson was back. Taking over for quarterback Justin Fields after a 4-2 start, Wilson's nod was shrouded in controversy. By the end of his first start, a blowout win over the New York Jets, he put those worries to rest. Wilson won 6 of his first 7 starts before things went downhill and Pittsburgh lost its 4 remaining regular season games and its wild card appearance. That, with enough withdrawals, was enough to send him to Orlando. As a result, Steelers fans are all saying the same thing about Wilson's Pro Bowl announcement. The Pro Bowl simply doesn't mean what it used to. The event used to be held in Hawaii, with the game's biggest stars competing in drills before a Sunday exhibition. The festivities have been downgraded, significantly, and the players are proving that point. It's now held in Orlando, with a new set of mini-games and a flag football finale. Instead of Titans clashing after elite seasons, the biggest exhibition of the season has turned into a who's who of guys who happen to be available. Wilson was the latest addition to an AFC quarterback room of Joe Burrow and Drake May. Wilson was the replacement for Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen, who quickly withdrew himself after his devastating AFC Championship game loss. All-Pro wide receiver Cooper Kupp becomes available via trade for Steelers to pursue. As has been the case for the last calendar year, the Pittsburgh Steelers need help at wide receiver. They did nothing to replenish the loss of Deontay Johnson last offseason, and did nothing with Mike Williams after acquiring him at the trade deadline. If they want to make it back to the playoffs and make any sort of noise next January, they can't make that same mistake twice, and it just so happens an all-pro receiver has become available. Los Angeles Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp announced on X that the Rams informed him they will be seeking trade partners immediately for the star wideout, a move the Steelers should absolutely make. Kupp has transitioned into a WR2 role with the Rams over the last 2 seasons as Puka Nacua has emerged as one of the top pass catchers in the league. And while he may not be at the level he was in 2021 when he won the Triple Crown, leading the NFL in catches, yards, and touchdowns, he is still a productive target that would slide right into a starting role with the Steelers and complement George Pickens very well. He'll be 32 when the season starts, so it wouldn't take a premium draft pick to land the Super Bowl 56 MVP. The Steelers have 3 seventh-round picks in the 2025 NFL Draft. Sending one of those paired with a 5th-round pick would be a fair price on both ends to get the job done. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Cooper Kupp? Leave your opinion in the comments.